I'm here with Matthew Lee and Simon Rumley, who are two of the Silver Méliès jury, who've been watching a selection of short films and features as part of the Leeds 23rd International Film Festival Silver Méliès competition. You've now watched all the films, Simon and Matthew. Thank you so much for coming and spending that time with us.
Yeah.
Can I just start by asking you, Matthew, kind of what your experience of the festival was? The films you've seen, just give us a general overview.
Yeah, it's absolutely no complaints whatsoever. It's been a really wide range of stuff. It's from all over the world and spanning a great many different genres. And whatever my personal feelings on each one of the films, it's just been great to experience such a wide variety of things.
Okay, thanks. Simon, you're a filmmaker in your own right, and obviously you get an opportunity to travel around to various festivals. What's been your kind of overview and kind of experience of Leeds?
I've been really impressed by the audiences. I think as a filmmaker, you're never really sure where you're going, how many people are going to turn out, who's going to have heard of your film, who hasn't, and if they haven't, if anyone's going to turn up. But I think the audiences have, I think yesterday at the Day of the Dead, they seem to be constantly between 3, 4, maybe even more, 100 people. I think that's great. And then we're here at a slightly smaller theatre, but it's still being a good 100, 150 or something. So I think that's been great. Audience seems to be very friendly and responsive. And yeah, apart from that, it's nice. There's a few different theatres, from the multiplexes to this place, which is really the second oldest running theatre in England. So I've been recently told, it's a great place. It's very atmospheric, and in the town hall, there was a big organ, and it's quite gothic inside. So yeah, no, it's been great, good experience.
Okay, thank you. I suppose the big question now is we want to know what you've chosen. So if I can just start by asking for the short films, what you chose as the winner, and if you have a special mention for any of the others.
Yep. The award for Silver Méliès for the short films goes to Pathos. And we decided to give a special mention to Deja as well.
Actually, can I ask you why you chose Pathos?
Pathos was just, in some respects it might seem like a simplistic idea, and it's certainly something that we've seen done before through the influence of, say, The Matrix in recent years, and the idea of someone trapped outside of a virtual reality and desperately trying to get back in is certainly something we've seen other filmmakers explore. But there was just so much emotion put into their depiction of this, a real constantly building sense of tension and desperation, and it was just, for a 15-minute short film, the pacing and setup of the whole thing was just incredible. It's just really, really had a sort of profound, lasting effect.
And I think the actual title of the film actually summed it up very well as well. It was an incredibly pathetic film for a film which actually has no dialogue, and the lead guy gives us, as Matthew says, an increasingly desperate performance, which is ultimately kind of very touching and kind of very humane, because he does play the everyman, and he's like in this kind of very Kafkaesque world, and as our world goes on and there becomes more kind of things that you can do over the phone and over the internet without actually interacting with other human beings. This guy, his life is at stake essentially, and he needs to talk to someone else to help him save his life, but he can't. So there's something which I think is actually an eerily prescient vision of where humanity is going.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And then just to finish, if I can ask you what you've selected for the winning feature film.
Well, the winning feature film that we've decided to award, it's the 5th Silver Méliès Awards. It goes to Philip Ridley's Heartless, and a special mention goes to the Decayon Brothers and Sodium Babies.
And again, Simon, if you'd just like to give us a little bit more about why you chose those films.
Yeah, I think there's 3 of us on the jury, even though there's only 2 of us present now, and we were unanimous in the decision. So it was, we all liked other films, but we all felt that this was the strongest film. It's, I think in today's kind of world of horror, where Hollywood is pretty much just kind of ripping its own heart out or Asia's heart out, just kind of repeating films that we've all seen many times before, and really just going for very obvious shock tactics and kind of loud noises. This was a film that we felt was an original horror film, was quite intimate, had a very strong lead, kind of offered up London in an interesting visual way, which you don't see that often, and we all enjoyed the mix between fantasy and reality, which we all felt could have fallen very flat on its face, but was handled incredibly well in both the direction, stylization, and the acting. And I think it's this film that we all thought was ultimately an original film, which I don't think, to be quite honest, these days you can say very often. So and then the Sodium Babies we felt was had a ton of great ideas, and it was very energetic and again very visual and was very playful, and we just thought there was a great kind of vivacity to it, which could have been honed a little bit more, but I think showed a lot of great promise, and we look forward to seeing the brothers' next film, whenever that is.
Matthew, is there anything else you'd just like to say?
Yeah, no, Simon's covered a lot of the bases already, but no, Heartless it skips across a dizzying variety of genres. There's something of the conventional horror film in there. There's comedy, it's often very, very funny. There's urban drama, there's almost a touch of the musical to some degree, and none of this ever jars or feels out of place. It is, as Simon said, it's very much something that's in the hands of another director or another cast that could have totally fallen flat on its face. It's a very earnest, very emotional film, and we just really thought that, some may disagree, but we really felt that this aspect of it really worked. It was just very powerful, very profoundly affecting. And Sodium Babies, it's an incredible achievement by any standards visually, and especially so for a low-budget film. It just does have a real energy to it. We felt it had a little way to go, that there were some aspects that didn't work as well as they could do, but overall it was just such an impressive artistic presentation on the screen, and just such an incredible visual journey, as it were, that we felt that it deserved to get a commendation as well, and hopefully spread the word, and more people will go out and find out about it.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Simon and Matthew.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.